And let's start by sitting for a second. And we're going to put our feet down. And first of all, just your feet are comfortable, but we're even stretching the feet by sitting because you can see your arches of your feet. Kind of give them a little stretch. And then we're going to do our C curve, rolling down, hold the back of your legs. Eventually, we won't have to hold the back of our legs and roll down. So we're going to get down on our mat and slowly start to roll the hips up just a little bit as we bring the navel to the spine and wake up the sacrum. And let's do a few more. And we're going to keep our arms down for now and just focus on the lower body and press the feet down. So let's do 2 more, slowly rolling up and slowly rolling down. And this last one, we're going to hold ourselves up a little bit more, squeeze the navel to the spine, and take a couple more breaths. And let's see how slowly we can roll down. So you really feel the whole spine coming down, kind of like a little massage. And it also helps the core, helps the legs. And then we're going to bring the right knee into the chest, put the foot down and the left, and we're looking straight up to the ceiling. So we're feeling the sacrum and hopefully the evenness in the sacrum. And then we're going to add on, so the knee comes in, straighten the leg up, and extend the leg all the way down to the mat, and bend and put the foot down. And let's do a few more of these. So if your knees are feeling kind of stiff, we're going to be easy on the knees. And we're going to do 1 more time to each foot, each leg. And let's roll up again. So maybe this time we're walking ourselves a little closer to our feet and lifting even higher, pressing the feet down. 3 more breaths. And we're going to slide the ball underneath our sacrum. And we're going to start with our feet on the mat and make some circles with the hips. So just notice the sacrum is, we're rolling on the sacrum, and you don't have to do big circles, just see how it goes. And then go in the opposite direction. And 1 more time around. And now back to the center. Let's bring the right knee into the chest and lengthen the right leg up. And first of all, press the left foot down and point and flex the right foot. And we're going to make some circles with the right foot. And then point the toe, make some big circles with the right leg. And we're still stabilizing with the left foot. And we're going to circle the leg in the opposite direction. And then we're going to put the right foot down so we could switch. Left knee in, straighten the leg up. point and flex. So we're waking up the foot, make some circles with the foot, and in the opposite direction. And then pointing the toes, those big circles around with the foot or with the leg, as the right foot presses down. So this is helping our balance. And then in the opposite direction with the leg circle. One more. And then we're going to bring our legs to 90 degrees. So we're going to take one leg straight out and in, and then the other. And start to climb those legs up toward the ceiling as you do this. Easy does it on the knees, so we're not snapping the knees. We're really going to keep the legs strong. And now we're at the top, our legs are up toward the ceiling. Let's do some big backwards bicycles. And we're going to go in the opposite direction. And let's see if we straighten the legs up now. And we're going to open our legs out and in. And we're going to do a few more of these. And we're flexing our feet. And you can keep going just like this, or the next time the legs open, you can reach the arms through and then over the head. And just one more. So now let's keep our arms over the chest. We're going to bend our legs 90 degrees. And either one leg down and then the other, or both as the arms come over the head. And feel the stability all the way through the core. And if you want to add on, we're going to straighten the leg up and reach the arms forward and do a few more of these. And two more. And let's put our feet down again. We're going to roll our hips up, hold the ball, and walk the shoulder blades a little bit closer together, and lift even higher, and 3 more breaths. And now we're going to put our back down again on the ball. Cross the right foot over the left thigh and lift and lower. And we're going slowly. And if you want to make it harder, reach the arms over the chest. So you've really got to balance and use the core. And one more time. And we're going to hold everything up and take a few more breaths. And last deep breath. We're going to put our foot down and uncross and switch. Left foot over the right thigh and lift and lower. And our last one, we're going to hold the legs up for a deeper stretch and take a few more breaths. And one more breath. And let's bring our feet down and uncross. So now we're going to take our feet together. They're down on the mat. And as our legs go wide in butterfly, we're going to do our pelvic tilt. So feet are pressing together. You can bring your arms in a goalpost position. And we're going to keep our legs just like they are and bring the elbows open and close a little bit. They don't have to come all the way together. And two more with the arms. And then let's take our arms down. We're going to press the legs together and bring the legs up into happy baby. And take a few breaths. And notice how gravity is helping the low back open up. And let's take 3 slow breaths. And we're going to continue to hold the legs as we open them in a straddle and balance, pressing the back, the sacrum into the ball, and keep extending through the inner legs and the heels. A couple more breaths. And now let's bring the legs back up toward the ceiling. And we're going to take 3 slow breaths. You can bring your arms down. Just feel the balance in the whole body. And we're going to put our feet back on the mat. Last time we're rolling up. We're going to take the ball away from us, lift even higher, and let's come all the way down and roll over to the side. And we're going to sit up, and let's sit in our cross-legged position and find that length in the spine. We're going to flip the palms up and close our eyes and just notice your uprightness. Feel the lengthening of the spine. Now let's open our eyes. We're going to twist to the right. And let's twist to the left. And we're going to come to the center and hinge forward, reaching, taking a couple more breaths. And then walking the arms over to the right. And then over to the left. And back to the center. So we're going to do a few shoulder circles as we sit up. So we're going to roll a shoulder up, back, and down. Look over the shoulder. Just kind of loosen up the whole shoulder area. Let's do a couple more on each side. And go in the opposite direction with the circle. Little snap, crackle, pop in there. And one more time to each side. And let's reach the arms out and up. We're going to look up, press the hips down, and hinge forward, reaching the arms forward. Let's put the hands down again. Lengthen the spine, so kind of cat-cow movement in the spine. And take a few more breaths. And we're going to walk our hands closer and sit up. Right hand down, left arm over in our side stretch. And feel the lengthening of the spine. And we're going to go to the other side, left one down, right arm over. And let's switch sides again. Right hand down, left arm over. So now we're going to see if we can lengthen the arm and roll the chest open. One more breath. And let's try it again on the left side. Left hand down, right arm over. And roll the chest open. And we're going to come back to the center. Let's twist again to the right and breathe. We're going to lift the right arm up, lean over toward the left leg. A couple more breaths. And then coming back up, right arm comes down. And let's twist to the left, roll the shoulders down, lengthen. And reach the left arm up. We're going to lean over toward the right thigh. And let's come back up and bring the hand down. So now we're going to just see how it feels. Let's flip our palms up again on our lap, close our eyes, and take a few breaths. And while we're breathing, we're feeling the space between the ears and the shoulders. And taking one more deep breath. And opening the eyes, right ear toward the right shoulder. Just relax the shoulders. Let yourself lean over there a little bit more. And then let's try the other side. Very gently, left ear toward the left shoulder. Couple more breaths. And now we're coming back to the center. We're going to try our straddle pose and just hinge forward and back a little bit. So we're on our sits bones. We're lengthening through the heels. Normally we kind of do these rowboats with the legs together, but just see how it feels. And then walk your arms forward and take a few breaths. And we're rolling the shoulders down, so we're hinging forward, lengthening the spine. And we're going to walk over to the right leg and keep the left hip down. And another couple of breaths. And then let's walk over toward the left leg, keeping our right hip down. And one more breath. And we're going to come back to the center and sit up. And let's bring our hands to our heart. And again, we're going to close our eyes and feel. Feel the balance between the right side and the right hip, and the left side and the left hip. We're going to open our eyes and bring our palms together over our head and sit up tall. Feel how the sits bones press down. And now we're going to lean to the right, keeping the shoulders open. And let's come on over to the other side, leaning to the left. And then back to the center. Let's bring our arms down, and specifically the right hand down to the right, and reach the left arm over as you keep the left hip down. Feel that length. A couple more breaths. And let's try the other side. And take a few slow breaths. And let's come back to the center. And now we're going to come on over to hands and knees and try our cat-cows. And we're feeling that movement in our spine. And now we've got a neutral spine. Let's extend the right leg back, and the toes are down, and we're lengthening the leg behind us. So we're opening up the calf muscle. And then we're going to switch and try our left foot down there and lengthen through the back of the left leg. And then let's come on our knees and reach the arms out and up and come into a little back bend, navel to spine. And we're going to bring our hands down. Let's come on up to our downward dog and stretch the legs out. One heel down and then the other. And we're going to walk to the top of our mat. And then let's see about coming all the way up. So we're going to press our feet down and reach the arms out and up. Hands come to our heart. Roll the shoulders down and twist the upper body to the right and then to the left, back to the center. Let's inhale the arms up, forward fold. We're going to step our right leg back for our lunge and take a couple of deeper breaths, looking down. Let's step back, downward dog, and right leg lifts up, and we're stepping it forward and the left, halfway up, and forward fold. And let's come all the way up. So we're really growing our spine, reaching up. Hands to our heart. Now we're going to roll the shoulders down, twist the upper body to the left and over to the right. Back to the center. Inhale up. Forward fold and left leg steps back. And a couple of breaths. And we're stepping back to downward dog. Left leg lifts up and steps forward. And the right halfway up and forward fold. And then inhale up. And lengthen in our back bend. Let's bring our hands to our heart. So now we're going to do some balance stuff. We're going to point the right toes, take them out in front of us, and just hold. And we're lengthening. We're going to lift the leg one time up and down, and then put the right foot down and switch. Pointing the left toes and hold. And then one time, left leg up and down and left foot down. Now we're going to stand on our left foot. We're going to bend our right leg in the back. So we're using the back of the right leg and just hold. A little bit more hamstring. And then let's put the right foot down and switch. So we're standing on the right foot, bending the left leg behind us. Notice that the core isn't really changing the whole time. Okay, we're putting our left foot down. Now we're going to take the right knee up and put the foot down. We're going to do a few of these marching, lifting and pressing as you lower. One more time to each leg, the right leg, and then the left leg, and we're going side to side, and then we're going to walk backwards, just regular old walking, looking straight ahead, and waking up the toes a little bit more, and we're walking to the back of our mat. Now we're going to inhale our arms up, and forward fold, and we're going to walk ourselves forward to a downward dog. And when you get there, take a few breaths and press the hands down to lift the hips higher. And we're going to come into a child's pose. And then walk the arms to the right. And over to the left, and back to the center, and our puppy pose, lifting the hips, reaching forward. And let's try our sphinx pose down on our belly. And breathe into the belly as you press the forearms down. And let's try our half arm plank, lifting up. And 3 more breaths. And then back to our child's pose. And take a couple more breaths here. And now we're going to sit up on our heels. And let's take our right hand down and left arm reaches over. And then over to the other side. And back to the center. And just take a deep breath. Feel the spine lengthening and the shoulders rolling down. And now we're going to come back to our hands and knees. Take a breath And we're gonna step the right foot forward. So we're gonna reach our arms up and we're in a crescent lunge. And lengthen. Really good. We're gonna put our hands down and lift the left leg up. So now we're in a regular lunge. And we're gonna step the right leg back to downward dog. And come back to our child's pose, stretching the toes on the way down. And sitting up on our heels. We're doing all this to just stretch everything out, wake everything up. Let's twist to the right. And then over to the left. And back to the center. And we're coming to our hands and knees again. And take a breath. This time we're going to step the left foot forward and reach the arms up. So we're in our crescent lunge. And then we're going to bring our hands down to the mat and lift the right leg up. And we're in another regular lunge. And step back, downward dog. And take 3 more breaths. And let's walk to the top of our mat. And we're going to just relax in a forward fold for 3 breaths. Then we're going to come all the way up, reaching up, another back bend. And then hands come to our heart. And let's take a couple of breaths here. Feel the difference in your spine. And we're going to lift that right leg up behind us again. Remember how we were working on this? So we're flexing the foot. We're going to see if we can press the left foot down, lengthen the spine a little bit more. And then right foot down and switch. So we're just adding a little bit more. As we bend the left leg behind us, we're lengthening our spine. And then our left foot comes down. Let's reach the arms up and forward fold. And we're going back to that right lunge. So step the right leg back. This time left arm comes up in our twist. And let's step back, downward dog. And right leg lifts up, and we're stepping the leg forward. And the left. Let's try halfway up, forward fold, and then coming all the way up, reaching up. And notice now in Tadasana, if your back feels a little bit better. So we're going to take the right toes out again, pointing the toes. We're going to sweep the leg out to the right and back in, and a couple more times. Same leg. So we're working that right hip. Now we're going to put the right foot back down and switch. Left toes out, sweep the leg out to the left and in, and 2 more times. And left foot down. Let's inhale our arms up. Exhale, forward fold, and left leg steps back to our lunge, and right arm reaches up in a twist. And we're going to step back to down dog. Left leg lifts up and steps forward. And the right. Let's try Utkatasana. So we're bending, lengthening the arms forward. One more breath. We're going to come on up to standing, reaching up, using the legs to press up into our back bend. And then let's bring our hands to our heart and feel. So now we're going to do our warrior three. We're going to start by bringing the right knee up and doing our can-can. 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. And lengthen the right leg back, warrior three. And warrior one, stepping all the way back, arms reach up. Let's lengthen forward, right fingers down, left arm up. And both arms come up, palms together over our head. And we're going to clasp our hands behind us. Humble warrior. Forward fold. 3 more breaths. And let's come on up in our back bend. And now we're going to reach the arms up. Warrior one. Take another deep breath. And let's step forward and bring our hands to our heart. And just take another couple of breaths, lengthening the spine. And let's switch legs, left knee up. We're going to do our can-can. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, and warrior three, left leg back. And then warrior one, stepping all the way back, arms reach up. Lengthening forward, left fingers down, right arm reaches up. And both arms up, palms together over our head. And let's clasp our hands behind us, humble warrior. And forward fold, and 3 slow breaths. And coming up in our back bend and opening the heart. Arms reach all the way out and up, back to warrior one. 1 more breath. And we're stepping forward. And here we are back in Tadasana. So we're gonna have our feet close together because we're gonna look straight ahead, big toes are touching. Let's come up on our toes. And we're gonna come up and down a few times. Feel the difference in where not only the energy is, but where our core is. Stretching the feet just 1 more time. Really good. Now we're going to bring the heels down, cross the right ankle over the left ankle. We're twisting the upper body to the left. And then slowly to the right. Back to the center. And let's hinge forward. And a couple more breaths. And pressing the palms together, we're coming back up. And taking another deep breath. Uncrossing the legs or the ankles. And then we're going to cross the left ankle over the right, pressing the feet down, twisting the upper body to the right. And then let's twist over to the left. And back to the center. And here we go. We're going to forward fold, just a little hip hinge. And a couple more breaths. And pressing the palms together, we're coming back up, pressing the feet down. Let's take another deep breath. Feel the spine. We're going to uncross the ankles. Now let's inhale the arms up. And forward fold. We're going back to our downward dog. And let's take 3 more breaths. And then we're going to come in our plank. And let's do a few mountain climbers. Bending one knee, straightening the other leg. Stretching out the back of the legs. A couple more times. And then either knees, chest, chin, or chaturanga, so we can come down and do our 5 cobras. And we've got 1 more. And then we're going to come back to our child's pose and take a few breaths. And downward dog. And 3 more breaths. And now lifting the right leg up, let's try our warrior 2. And come a little wider, maybe a little deeper. And take 3 more breaths. And let's reverse. Left arm down, right arm up. And then we're going to bring our forearm down to the right thigh, left arm over. Let's see if we can roll the chest open. So we're really pressing through the left foot to lengthen out of the hip. And we're coming into reverse again, left arm down, right arm up. And then fingertips come down to the inside of the right foot, left arm up. And warrior 2, 3 breaths. And then Trikonasana, straightening the right leg as the left arm reaches up. And let's come all the way up. So we're going to reach both arms up over our head in a back bend. And forward fold. Take another breath and start to go side to side with the legs in our transverse lunges. And we're going to walk ourselves over to a right side lunge. And then a left side lunge. And back to the center. And let's forward fold here for 3 more breaths. And we're pressing our feet down and coming back up. And let's come to our left side, warrior 2, turning our left foot out. And we're going to take a few breaths. And reverse, right arm down, left arm up. And now our forearm is coming down to the left thigh and right arm reaches over. So again, rolling the chest open so we can feel it all the way up through the hip. And let's come back to reverse. And then left fingers come down, right arm up. And then warrior 2, 3 breaths. Trikonasana, straightening the left leg. And let's come all the way up. This time we're going to clasp our hands over our head, lengthen each side, lean to the right, over to the left, and let's release here and come into our goddess pose. We're going to turn our feet out and open and close the arms. And let's do one more, open and close. And hold for 3 breaths. We're going to inhale all the way up. Let's come back to downward dog. And lengthen. And we're going to try an up dog. So we're going to come forward and lengthen and put the legs down. Flatten the feet, lift a little higher as we look up. And then into our child's pose or roll over to the side. And we're all going to sit up and roll over to the right hip and twist to the right and lengthen out of the hip. And 2 more breaths. And let's switch. So we're going to roll over to our left hip and same thing. Let's twist to the left. And a couple more breaths. And we're going to bring our legs out in front of us. And let's see if we can press both legs down in Dandasana. We're going to take our hands to our heart, roll the shoulders down. So we're feeling the sits bones pressing down. And 3 more breaths. Now we're going to bend the right leg in and hold the right leg. And then twist to the right, just hug it in. Coming back to the center, let's release the right leg down to the mat and bend the left one in, hug it in. And lengthen upwards and twist to the left as you hug the leg in. And one more breath. And let's come back to the center. And now, first of all, let's just crisscross our legs and just sit for a second and breathe, lengthening the spine. Notice the difference. And take another couple of breaths. And we're going to release. And either you could stay seated or roll all the way down on your back and come into our happy baby. And let's take 3 more breaths. And we're going to bring our feet together in another Baddha Konasana. Notice the sacrum pressing into the mat. And one more breath. Let's put our feet flat on the mat and roll the hips up, kind of testing our spine, walking our shoulder blades together, and a few more breaths. And now we're going to roll down and come into our final pose of Shavasana. And allow the spine to rest. Allow your whole body to rest. Feeling the breath coming into the belly, the mid-chest, and the upper chest. Notice how the right shoulder is releasing away from the ear, and the left shoulder releasing. Our breath is calm and peaceful. And also noticing the right hip, the right leg, and the left hip, and the left leg. With each inhale, we're filling ourselves with energy and vitality. And wishing ourselves good health and harmony. We're also bringing into our time together anyone that you know that needs extra love and support, and visualizing them being filled with this beautiful energy. And we're wishing peace for our homes and families and communities and our brothers and sisters everywhere. We're going to start to deepen our breath and roll over to the side. And we're going to come on up and sit for a few more breaths. And feel our uprightness. And as we press the palms together, we're lengthening the spine, and the chin is slightly tucked. Noticing the breath in the belly, the mid-chest, and the upper chest. And let's take another deep inhale and sigh. One more time. Namaste. Thank you, ladies, for coming today. Have a wonderful Tuesday.
Thank you, Marion.
Thanks, Marion.
Thank you, everybody. Have a good one.
Ladies.
Bye, everybody.
Bye.
Bye.